Morning traders, welcome back to Fides Trading Channel, and we are back again with another Fides Flows market brief. Today we're going to be taking a look at gold as well as the indices, seeing what's happened within an intraday perspective and how we can potentially capitalize on the market directionality moving forward into our week. So without further ado, let's hop into the charts, and we are starting with gold. We are on the 4-hour chart for gold right now, and let's see what we can observe here. So starting with our usual checklist, we see that we have a bullish structure for gold. So we have higher lows, followed by respective higher highs. It's a little bit unstable right now in the sense that we don't exactly have a 3-point trend line. Oh, maybe we do. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So we have a bullish support trend line that's currently at play. However, I don't see one for the resistance level. So we can see that the bulls are in firm control. Looking at the 50 SMA, there's another bullish confirmation as price is trading above the 50 SMA at the moment, above this nice blue line there. And we are in the bullish territory of the RSI, currently above 55, below 70. So we're not in the sweet spot region. Thus, the retracement that is currently taking place still has space to roam and space to move further down before we look for a further bullish play. So we know from a 4-hour perspective, the bulls are in control. So let's go into a 1-hour and see what we can observe. Well, on the 1-hour perspective, we can see that price is still bullish. We are trading comfortably above the 50 SMA. But in this scenario, we hit the overextended levels on the RSI before the retracement took place. And now what we can observe is that we are in that sweet spot region. Now, from a 4-hour perspective, we're not exactly in that zone, but from a 1-hour, we are. So there is a potential for price to actually pivot from this point and continue moving higher. Thus, we need to keep our eyes open. But from where I'm trading and what I'm observing, the better option would be to trade from the 3325 level, which is a break and retest level. If price gets back down there, that would give me a lot more confluence to take a further long position than I would from here. But of course, if I get a strong bullish price action from this level on the 1-hour, I'll be more than comfortable to take this trade. Moving into the 15-minute, we're not really looking at the indicators here. We're just looking at price action. And what we can observe in the price action is that the price is in a retracement. We are moving lower from a scalping perspective. So price still has space to come down to 3325. And until it gets to that level, I'll just be waiting patiently. Now, we can observe as well that from the bullish perspective, we look at the markets at future price is currently at 3386, while current price is at 3361. This means that futures is higher than current price, which gives confluence, which gives confirmation to our bullish point of view at the moment and the idea that the markets will continue moving higher. So it is clear we're in a retracement, and once this retracement ends, which is today, we will be looking for a run to the top side. So currently we're in the London session. My guess is we're either going to get a push up at the end of the London session or at the beginning of the New York session at 3:30 our time. So let's move on to US Tech. On US Tech, we are very much in a consolidative phase. Why do we say consolidation? Well, if we take a look at the 4-hour chart, we can see a lot of choppiness, a lot of prices going up, coming down. And also, just to mention, price breaking above, breaking back below the 50 SMA and not really providing us with any clear market directionality at the moment. We can also see that price is just hovering in the sweet spot of the RSI as well as hovering on the 50 SMA, which leads to the consolidation that we speak about. However, from a higher term level, we can observe the bullish nature of this market. So we would say bullish consolidation, bullish consolidation. This means that while it's consolidating right now, we have a higher probability of breaking to the upside, of continuing bullish, than we do of turning around and going bearish. So my observation for this would be dropping to a lower term time frame, seeing where we can potentially capitalize on the bullish consolidation that's taking place right now. So on a 4-hour perspective, still seeing a lot of choppiness, still seeing a lot of consolidative factors. What does this mean? Well, We're seeing price breaking above, breaking back below, breaking above the 50 SMA. We're seeing it entering the sweet spot region for a bearish sell, but then breaking back above for a bullish trend. So from that, we are right now in the bullish territory. So if I were to take a long, which I will as a runner, we are in the sweet spot region of the RSI. We've completed a retracement. We're close to the 50 SMA. We had a break and retest level. So long position, riding that to the upside, making sure the momentum, the bullish momentum is in our favor. And then from there, taking further long positions with a little bit of a higher lot size, higher risk, in line with 2% of my account, risking 2% of my account. So at the moment, still very choppy, but per 15-minute perspective, what can we observe? Well, we do have a bit of consolidation, lots of choppiness. We do have a strong engulfing candle here, which is great, but we can't not acknowledge this massive bullish trend that we have, this massive bullish candle that we have leading into the break and retest support at the moment. So for now, definitely looking for a trade to the upside. So I'll take a very small position just to test the waters. And if momentum and market directionality is in my favor, I will enter with a higher lot size. Looking at US30, US30 is definitely choppy right now as well. You can see prices trading upon the 50 SMA at the moment, breaking back below. And we are in the sweet spot region of the RSI, not really showing any market directionality in a specific direction. Now, I would be looking for a bullish move. Why? Well, this is bullish consolidation. We have bullish structure leading up to this consolidation. And the structurally, it is still holding sound, and we have a higher potential of trading to the upside. Now, I'm not really looking to take a trade here because even on the 1 hour, it's very choppy. There's no break and retest level. There's no real confluence for me to trade beyond, as there is with US Tech with Nas100. So, as it stands, I'll be staying out of US30 until we get a clear break of this consolidation. Upon the VIXX index, we can see that VIXX is currently trading at 19.05, so it's very much in the risk-on territory, which supports it supports the theory that indices are going to continue moving to the upside. So from this perspective, everything looks sound. Obviously, with the risk-on perspective, it does support a bearish nature in gold, whereas we have observed a bullish technical analysis. But for the most part, I think I'm confident in my technical analysis. And let's maybe just take a look at fundamentals, see what we have for the day ahead. Taking a look at fundamentals for today, just want to reload this. Taking a look at fundamentals for today, where we have JOLTS job openings, just to observe what happened yesterday. We had some USD weakness. Why? We had ISM manufacturing PMI being released, and it came in a lot lower than expected. And for that reason, there was some weakness in the dollar coming out of 4 p.m. yesterday. And markets have already factored this in. Let's just go quickly into the markets and observe. So 4 p.m., boom, 4 p.m., we had some bullish strength. Markets factored that in, but coming into the Asian session this morning, we had a turnaround with gold weakness, dollar strength, leading to the downside. So it is clear that we have some pertinent news coming out of this market. And even today, we have JOLTS job opening. We have some euro news. We have yen news where the governor spoke. So clearly a very fundamental week. Make sure that you read into these prior to taking your trades. Now, something else I just want to do, I just want to read some of the headlines coming out of gold and the indices, just so we can gauge how investor sentiment is sitting at this current moment in time. All right, so I'm taking a look at the technicals, the fundamentals technicals coming out of TradingView. Now, it's a lot easier to take a look at this on your phone, so I would suggest you download the app on your phone and take a look. So just to read some of the stats I'm seeing here. Current volume in the market is 205.42K. Previous close was 3381.87 with the open at 3384.61. Current day's range is between 3351.1, 3392.30. Currently price is at 3360. So we still have room. We're actually in like the midpoint, and we still have room to move to the upside. From a technical perspective, markets are looking for further buys. Now, just reading some of the headlines, last headlines that came in were today, so they are new. That is great. Gold futures pair some gains but remain elevated on trade fears. So it is clear that from tariff announcements, the trade fears are currently running this market. Bitcoin could go bananas if price closes above this level. Gold hovers near 4-week highs. Important. Gold edges higher amidst trade geopolitical tensions. Gold hits 3-week highs on dollar dip. Trade turmoil. Gold jumps as tariff worries reappear. Gold rises on safe haven demand and weaker dollar. Gold rises on safe haven demand and weaker dollar. Okay, that's just the same headline. All right, so if you were to just read the headlines coming out of this news, the headlines written, and these are for like news, BTC, trading economics, Dow Jones, Newswire, etc. Just observing the headlines, we can tell the bullish nature that is coming into gold due to the uncertainty coming out of the tariffs. And right now, tariffs is leading fundamentals. Whatever tariff releases we get clearly has a strong movement in today's market. So be alert, read up about the tariff news. I think it is important in this day and age to understand which fundamentals is moving the markets. Previously, it was monetary policy, inflation, interest rates, etc. And we'll probably go back to that at some stage, but right now it's tariffs. So stay up to date with tariffs. Okay, so that's it for gold. Let's take a look at US tech, see when our last headlines were released. So current day volume for US tech, so coming back into this chart, is 148.45K. And then days range is 21,356.55 and 21,511.15. Currently, we're at 21,402.6. So we still have space to push to the upside, which is in our bullish nature. Take a look at news. I have no idea why, but I have not gotten news releases for US tech in a while. But I'm just going to observe that. I'm going to take a look at the news release. Last one was 23rd of May. There's definitely something going on there, but I'm going to move on to Dow Jones. So Dow Jones overview, we are at 42,048.45 and then 42,314. Currently, we're at 42,123. So we are above the open, but we're in the mid-range with space to move up. Okay, taking a look at the headlines. Equities close higher as Trump-Xi talks loom. Okay, so Trump and China talking. Equity markets close higher despite US-China trade strains. Okay, S&P closes higher on trade hopes. Nvidia lifts NASDAQ. US stocks turn higher through tariff uncertainty remains. Okay, so just from reading the headlines, we can see stocks are going higher. When stocks go higher, this means that it is good for indices. So that is our trade analysis for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe. And if you'd like to see anything further, drop me a comment below. Hope to catch you on the next video. Happy trading, everyone. Cheers.